Kirsten Gillibrand officially launches presidential campaign. New York Senior Kirsten Gillibrand. The video, titled Brave and narrated by Gillibrand, focuses on President Trump, though he is never mentioned by name. It shows a succession. Brave. I am running for president. Let's prove that. Gillibrand mentions her policy priorities, which are similar to those enumerated by other Democrats in the field, including health care for all and passing a green. But she also tries to distinguish herself from the rest of the field by noting her opposition to the Wall Street bailout during the financial crisis, her efforts to curtail military sexual assault, and her public release of her personal financial information. When Gillibrand has faced criticism for conservative positions she has taken during her early tenure in the House, particularly her hardline stances on. She was appointed. The senator from New York plans to make the first speech of her presidential campaign in her home state next Sunday in front of Trump International in Columbus Circle in New York City, the video said. The official launch of Gillibrand's campaign comes just days after Beto O'Rourke, the former congressman and failed Senate candidate from Texas, announced his presidential bid, some complained, than any of the more experienced women pursuing the Democratic nomination. Gillibrand, a prominent advocate for the Me Too movement, was the first senator to call on Sr. Al Franken to read these. Unlike several of her Senate colleagues running for president, Gillibrand has yet to receive a home state endorsement. Senate minority. Gillibrand has made a name in the Senate for her fierce advocacy for victims of sexual assault in the military, and for her sharp criticism of Mr. Trump. The animosity. Gillibrand on the I am. Ed O'Keefe contributed to this report.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.